What we saying, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of GTS Combat. And yo, I'm looking ahead to what will be definitely a highly anticipated fight. If the UFC can get it made, they need to get this one put together. I'm telling you people, I need to see this fight. And I'm talking about Francis the Predator Ngannou taking on Johnny Bones Jones, stepping up from light heavyweight, bulking up to heavyweight to take on the scariest, most devastating power puncher I've ever fucking seen in the UFC, in Francis Ngannou. I need to see this fight, people. I'm itching for it. I don't want to see the trilogy between Stipe and Francis. And I know that isn't really getting a mention, but there is a bit of rumblings about it here and there if Stipe doesn't retire maybe. And that isn't a fight we want to see. I know there was a bit of a possibility that Stipe could have got the victory after the first fight because how he got the victory the first time. People were saying, can he do it again the second time out? And it was clear as day he couldn't. Francis stopped the takedown, gave him some devastating bombs for even trying it, and then knocked his ass out after. We don't want to see that again. Then there's the talk of Derrick Lewis, and that is a fun fight. I potentially would like to see that, just not right now, not when you've got the possibility of putting this mega fight together, because I know Derrick beat Francis in that snooze fest the first time out, and Francis, I'm sure, would love to avenge that loss. And it would be an interesting fight because I don't believe it would be as boring as the first one, because I think Francis would really take it to him because he would be the champion and he wouldn't want a possibility of losing his belt again. Well, not again, but losing again, and this time would result in losing his belt due to some boring ass fight. He would want to really pull it to him and make sure he gets his arm raised. So I think that would be a completely different fight, and with two fucking beasts like Francis Ngannou and Derrick Lewis, that would be a brilliant fight. It would be two gladiators fucking going at it. But there's always time for that later down the road. Derrick Lewis ain't going nowhere, people. But Jon Jones is a guy who's a bit, snap of the fingers. He'll do things on a whim. He'll probably, what he says right now is what he wants to do, but then what he wants to do in like 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 months time is a different fucking story. About 6 months ago, we were talking about him fighting Izzy, who's a middleweight. Now we're talking about him fighting Francis Ngannou, who's the fucking biggest dude in the UFC. Like, come on, people. We need to get this done. We need to see this fight. We need to see Jon Jones, one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, going at it with the most powerful, devastating puncher in the UFC. Technical ability, fight IQ, against just pure beasting, like just a pure beast in this dude. Like, I would never go near Francis Ngannou unless it's for a fucking picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to see this fight. I can't stress it. How do I see it playing out? I'll give you a little bit of a fucking, Jon Jones really needs to avoid getting knocked out for like 2 rounds. Easier said than done. He has the technical ability to potentially evade them shots. Do I see it happening? No, I don't. He was getting touched up by the likes of Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes. I thought Dominic Reyes definitely won that fight. Not so sure about Thiago Santos. Put up a good fight, but I'd probably give it Jon Jones. But Dominic Reyes, I believed, won that fight. And if he's getting touched up by a former middleweight in Dominic Reyes and Thiago Santos, then what the fuck is going to happen when he steps in with Francis Ngannou? It should be fucking illegal to be put in a cage with someone like Francis Ngannou. The geezer is just an absolute beast. I can't stress it enough. It looks like we're watching something illegal. I cringe at some of the knockouts this guy can possess, but I can't help but watch them. I have to see it, but it's almost like scary for his opponent. I'm almost scared for his opponent's health after the knockout. I'm almost watching it like, yo, is he gonna get up? Yo, is he okay? This could be that moment. Like, we're almost thinking, is this a moment I'm gonna see a guy almost die on TV? Did I just witness a fucking murder? Like, you know what I mean? The way he can spark people out. They don't move after. They look like they literally are different people after they leave the octagon. Will not fight the same after they get sparked out by Francis Ngannou. And Jon Jones, if he can get past 2 rounds, he has the technical abilities to pick apart a Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou will start to slow down. He's got all that muscle, he's that size. He will start to fatigue and slow down. So someone like Jon Jones, with the fight IQ and the technical ability, can pick him apart if he can get to them later rounds. And that's what he has to do, and he will get a victory if he can do so. But I just see someone like Francis Ngannou just rushing him maybe. He's not going to hold back. He's not going to be phased, I don't believe, by the punching power of Jon Jones. So I think he's going to just almost rush forward and knock him out. And I know he was pretty patient in the fight with Stipe, and we may see that at times. He may not want to just, you know, blow his gas tank. I'm not a professional MMA fighter, so my sort of mindset is not going to be like his coaches. But I just think if he can close the distance, get Jon Jones backed up against the fence, what have you got to lose? Just fucking throw them bombs and you're going to put him to sleep, is my opinion. So that's why if this fight does get made, I really want to fucking see it. I hope it gets made. I believe Francis Ngannou will knock him out within 2 or 3 rounds. That is going to be my prediction. Obviously, I say if it goes further, then I'm favouring Jon Jones. But my official prediction and how I think this fight would go would be Francis Ngannou to knock him out within 2 to 3 rounds and then make the Derrick Lewis rematch. That would be brilliant. You got both the fights there that I want to see for Francis Ngannou. And if he beats Jon Jones and he beats Derrick Lewis in the rematch, I don't know who will want to fight him afterwards. I don't believe there's anyone there for him afterwards. What is the fucking point? What heavyweights are going to test Francis Ngannou other than Jon Jones or Derrick Lewis? No one, in my opinion. He's going to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. That's my also second official prediction. Francis Ngannou is a scary ass motherfucker that if Jon Jones can't beat him and Derrick Lewis can't sort of phase him enough to stand off and have a boring match that Derrick Lewis can win again, or even knock him out himself, Derrick Lewis, because he possesses that power too, then there's no one who's going to touch Francis Ngannou, in my opinion. The guy is a beast. That's what we're going to end it on. So if the fight gets made, my official prediction, 2 to 3 rounds, knockout for Francis Ngannou. Let me know your thoughts on the fight, which you'd prefer to see. Derrick Lewis versus Francis Ngannou, Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know how you think either fight would play out. I've been your boy Jimmy. This has been GTS Combat. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time.